I invite you to relax into this sacred time and sacred space that you have created for yourself. I invite you to fully immerse yourself in this radical act of self-love, to step into your power, to become your own healer, your own shaman. So make yourself comfortable. Take a few deep breaths to prepare yourself for the journey ahead. And dive into this deep medicine of the imagination. Closing your eyes and bringing your awareness into the here and now, into this time and into this place. Into your body and into your breath. Because this is time for you. It's time to be, time to rest, relax, release, and recharge. Okay, big deep breath there. Okay, so the first thing I saw was an eye, and straight away over the top of the eye I could see a spider. Spider is my ally, who is an extraction ally. She shows herself to me as a tarantula mostly, and she appeared straight away. Hello spider, what do you have to do for us today, please? Okay, so she says that she's pulling out and binding up. So in the same way as a spider wraps her threads around her prey, this is what I'm seeing here is she's pulling out, and when the spider does pulling out, she's doing extraction work. She is taking out that which does not serve us. She is taking out what we refer to as intrusions. These are energies that intrude upon our own energy field that can influence us or adversely affect us. And so spider is pulling out and then binding up. And this binding process is a protective, preventative process to stop those influences from affecting us any longer. Now this is the first time I've seen spider actually binding things, and this speaks to me of the nature of, we have influences in our lives which seek to influence, manipulate, coerce, disempower, restrict, repress and oppress us. And some of those sorry, I have no idea what that noise is or where it's coming from, but it's very loud. It sounds like I don't know, bells clanging or bars being struck. And I'm being told that this is about for whom the bell tolls, that the bell is tolling, the bell is tolling loud, and that these influences which have sought to control us for so very long are being permanently stopped now. this binding process of spider is to stop these influences from returning again and again and again. And we have seen this coming up in other transmission where we clear them and then they seek to assert control again. These are control energies. They are energies which have sought to disempower humanity for so very long and have succeeded in disempowering humanity for so very long. And they come in through the form of our physical bodies, through our emotional state, through our mental state, and through our spiritual state as well. And what I'm being told is that Spider is permanently binding them up so that they cannot influence us any longer, that they're being pulled out for the last time. And okay, so I've realised what's going on, what the clanging and the banging was outside. And this is where I'm staying in Guatemala, at the little bungalow that I've been renting. There are ladies that come to clean every week, and they've come round and they are cleaning. They are scrubbing. I can hear them scrubbing the path on the outside of the house, and they are dusting, and that's what the gong sound is them dusting and cleaning, and they're coming right across my window now. And this is so very in alignment with what Spider does, Okay, I'm also being told that this is really, really relevant to this transmission, because sound is also a way of cleansing and clearing. And what they're literally doing is banging, there's bars on the windows to stop burglars coming in here, and they are dusting the windows and banging the bars as they dust and scrubbing the outside of the house. And so this external influence is a metaphor for us, it's a symbol for us, that there is an extreme clearing and cleansing going on. And whether that's cleaning away the muck with the cloths, with the dusters, with the scrubbing brush, or whether that's banging the bars to create sound waves. Sound is also a very powerful cleansing function. Sound can clean things. We use sound to clean and tune as well the human energy field, spaces, places, tools, crystals. And I just have to laugh because it's so. I always find that the external influences, the sounds and the beings who come, whether that's animals or and usually in my transmissions it's animals who bring their medicine. But today we have the ladies who are cleaning and scrubbing and making sure that everything is bright and clean. And this is what Spider is saying, I've come to extract the darkness, the shadows, the dust, the muck, the grime, and that this is indicative of a very powerful clearing process. And I think it's fair to say we've been in that process all year. We have been purging all year, but we've been really in a battle with that darkness. The light and the dark have been fighting one another and seeking to gain supremacy over one another, and the light is finally winning in clearing out the darkness, in banishing the shadows, in purging the toxicity within ourselves, in our outside world, and those dark agendas, dark forces, dark influences that have for so long held so much power are now being banished. Okay, allies, thank you for that information and for this healing in terms of the extraction, the clearing, the cleansing, pulling out, and the binding up so as never to return. What else do you have for us today, please? Okay, I'm being given the name of one of the ladies who does this cleaning. Her name is Felisa, and we have just had Christmas, and in Spanish the words for Happy Christmas are Feliz Navidad, and I'm being told that these words, Felisa and Feliz, you know, this happiness. Ooh, okay, we also have, there's lots of human-based influences coming into the transmission today. So that big booming sound that you heard was a firework going off. And here in Guatemala, there are fireworks going off all the time. There's some more in the background there. There are fireworks going off all the time, and they do this to mark celebrations or rituals or ceremonies, and they're really loud. The fireworks are really, really loud, and they go off at all times of day and night. The Catholic churches on the mountainsides, on the mountaintops, sometimes have these fireworks going off at 3 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, it's to mark it's to really herald some type of ceremonial transition. So they do it for births and for deaths and for weddings and funerals, and yeah. So we've just had one of these fireworks go off, which again heralds a transition. Really, that's what it's about. It's the marking of a transition, a time of transition, and the announcement of that. Really, you know, that's what the sound of the firework is. It's the announcement of that transition. And I think it's fair to say that this has been a pretty profound transition that we've been going through. Okay, allies, what else do you have for us today, please? Okay, I can hear outside my daughter, who is 6, doing her very best to speak to Felisa, who is the lady who is cleaning outside, and she's speaking her very best Spanish that she has learned since we've been here. And there's laughing and there's joyfulness. And oh yeah, this is where I got to, the Feliz, and Felicia is happiness, you know, it's a celebration, it's happiness. And this is what I'm being told we need to focus on now, that this cleansing away, the clearing of this darkness is a real cause for celebration. It is a profound transition that we have been going through, which we must celebrate and honor as the liberation of humanity on this planet. And whilst it may have looked very, very dark this year in so many ways, okay, there's more of the fireworks going off there. While it has looked so dark in so many ways this year, we come to the end of 2020. I'm recording this on the 28th of December, and whatever date you are listening to this on, you know, the information and the healing contained within this transmission will be just right for you at the time that you are in. You know, it's quantum, it travels across time and space, it's not bound by time or space. And so whenever you listen to this transmission, will be just the right time for you to receive the healing within it and to receive the information within it. And so we herald this happiness, this celebration, this feliz of human liberation. And as I hear my daughter outside talking to the women, they are happy and they are in communication and relationship with one another, and they are seeking to connect with one another, despite the fact that they can barely cross the linguistic barrier. You know, there is laughter and there is happiness, and this is about people coming together. This is about people reuniting. We have been separated in so many ways this year, and many people still continue to be separated. And what we need to remember is that there is so much power in connection and being together, and you know, it's just so good for us as human beings. It's good for our emotional and mental health, and the power that we generate as a collective, as a group of people together. This is why they have sought to separate us, because they know that we are powerful when we are together. They know that. And so they have tried to separate us in so many ways. And really what we need to do is remember to come back together, to reunite with one another, to have that physical closeness, that contact, that support, that joy and happiness and celebration. Because we are in the final process, the final part of reclaiming our sovereignty. And I can hear the Guatemalan women, the Mayan women, speaking to Ivy in Spanish and teaching her Spanish. You know, this is about teaching each other. This is about sharing each other's wisdom. And if there is anything that I've learned since coming here to Guatemala and coming to the highlands of Guatemala, which are full of indigenous Mayan people who still live so closely to the earth, and they still honor the earth and spirit and nature and each other as totally sacred. All life is sacred, and all sentience is sacred. And you know, every part of the natural environment is loved and honored, and people are so gentle and sweet to each other. And the greeting, everyone greets each other as friend. Hola amiga, hola amigo. It's hello friend. That is the way that everybody addresses each other. And this is such a powerful template for us to take into our communities, to reunite one another and to share and teach with joy and laughter and gentleness and kindness. You know, remembering what it is to be human, remembering what it is to be sovereign, remembering what it is to have freedom of self-expression, freedom of thought, freedom of movement, freedom of career and work, freedom of creative expression, freedom of religion, freedom of whatever it is that we seek to express in our own human journeys and our own spiritual journeys as well. This is what we need to strike out and carve a path for now, is remembering what it is to be human, and remembering that we have been gifted, blessed with free will, and that we need to start exercising it. Okay, thank you, allies. What else do you have for us today, please? Is there anything else that you wish to show me or tell me, that you wish to share with us? jaguar has come. A jaguar is an ally who has been around me for a long time, but I have not known what its role or gift or power or purpose was until very recently. And jaguar comes as a soul retrieval ally, but with a very specific remit. Jaguar comes to find the soul parts that we have had taken from us when we have been in some way sacrificed to somebody's God. And so we are talking about past life sacrifices here. And so Jaguar comes as a soul retrieval ally to return to us those soul parts that we had lost in previous lifetimes, where our life was taken from us in sacrifice to somebody's God. And I'll give you some examples of my own previous lifetimes that I can remember where this has happened to me. And so I was executed as a witch in the witch trials in Scotland in the 1600s. And in many ways this was a sacrifice to the Christian God. This was a blood sacrifice to clear what was considered to be pagan or heathen people from the Christian lands. And I was sacrificed as a gypsy in Nazi Germany through the Holocaust of people in the concentration camps. And as many people know, Hitler was discovered to have been practicing some very dark magic. And so in this sense, as a gypsy being sacrificed in the Holocaust, my life was being given to Satan, actually. Sacrificed to the Dark Lord. And in other lifetimes, since being in Guatemala, I've been shown another lifetime where I was a worker building the Mayan pyramids here. And so in that sense, I wasn't sacrificed as a sacrificial victim on the top of the pyramid, but I had to work extremely, extremely hard, and I gave my life effectively for the gods who were honoured for the building of the pyramids. And I also remember being a woman who was thrown into an Egyptian tomb, a servant being thrown into an Egyptian tomb for a dead pharaoh to serve him in the afterlife. And the pharaohs were considered human gods. And so in that sense I was sacrificed to a man who considered himself to be a god, or within a culture who considered the pharaohs to be gods. And so in all of these examples, my life was given in order to be given to somebody's god. And Jaguar comes to assist us to reclaim those parts of ourselves that were sacrificed, when our lives were sacrificed to somebody's god. And so I ask Jaguar now to go forth and cross all time and all space, all lifetimes and all dimensions, and restore to us any and all soul parts which were lost or stolen when we were forced to give up our life to somebody's god. And this is what we are being confronted with today in this psychological operation. This huge, huge lie is actually what is going on, is we are being asked to voluntarily sacrifice ourselves again to the satanic end, to the horned god, to the Dark Lord. You know, the people who are seeking to deprive us of our liberty and of our health and of our lives through the medical tyranny and the eugenic agenda that is at play on our planet as we speak. You know, this is a global sacrifice of black magic, the darkest magic. And it's only by reclaiming our soul parts from all of the other lifetimes where we have been forced to give up our life to somebody else's God. When we claim those parts of ourselves back, we reclaim the power to say, not this time. Not this time. I will not give up my life again for anybody's God. And so we call upon the Jaguar to bring us back these most sacred of soul parts from across all lifetimes and all dimensional realities, all times and all spaces, so that we can continue to reclaim our soul sovereignty and to take back what is ours, the most precious parts of ourselves, from those who have stolen them in the past. It's finally time for humanity to stand up and say, enough, no more. Firework in the background. More heralding of this great transformation that we are within, that we are participating within, that this great transformation that we came here for, that we signed up for. And so I honour you and thank you for being part of this journey, for holding space for the human collective to go through this great transformation, and for being one of the flag bearers, one of the forerunners, one of the way seers, one of the people who are leading the movement towards the reclamation of our human and our spiritual sovereignty. Being given the message, just love, just love. They are holding us in so much love and sending us so much love as we go through this huge transformation. And so simply be willing to receive that love. When it feels difficult, when times are challenging, when you might feel scared or frustrated or uncertain or confused, just take a moment to open to that love that we are being held within so very powerfully at the moment. And I'm being told that this is what this process is all about, is opening ourselves more fully to love, to be loved, to embody love, to receive love and to give love. And it is this love vibration, this heart opening, that is the true nature of ascension. This is the true evolution. This is the true enlightenment, is that ability to come into a greater love-based reality. And so with that said, I send you all my love and great thanks for being a part of this beautiful and awesome journey that we find ourselves on. And I give thanks to all of those who have come and helped us in this healing work today. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the healing.
And now taking a few deep breaths. Coming back into this time and back into this place. Back into your body and back into your breath. Giving your fingers a little wiggle. Giving your toes a little wiggle. And stretching yourself out to return to the here and now. And I look forward to taking another soul journey with you soon. Lots of love, Joanna Joy.